So, hello everybody, I am back, and let's see. Thank you, Gigas999 for that tip about the window sound settings. I had no idea that that was there, so I set that, and hopefully it won't mess stuff up too much. Yeah, so I don't know how long I'm going to keep streaming. Like, I'm going to stream at least until dinner, which is maybe 3 hours from now, if I can keep going. Let's see, what else? Like, let me take this down. I might stream after dinner, I'm not sure, but... Oops, that's the wrong thing to turn off there. Okay. But, you know, I want to talk to PoTrader on the phone, and I want to, it's going to take a lot of work to cut all of these streams up and throw them up on the YouTube, so... Okay, so, we have 100 more battles to do. We're doing pretty good today, I think. I really like this island. I don't have to think too hard, and I'm able to chat with you guys. If I was doing the tower like I did originally, I would have a lot of work, and so I'm just going to keep hanging around here. I hope you guys don't mind. Thank you all for joining me. Like, looks like there's 30 people in here just watching me screw around on this island, the same battle over and over, but I hope the delicious conversation is enticing you. Having a lot of good conversations, just having a lot of fun. It's really cool to actually talk to a lot of the viewers, like the regular viewers, finally. Okay, so let me check my stats real quick. Oh man, that's right. In the break, I was actually going to write a quick HTML thing. So with the Skype thing. The Skype thing keeps annoying me down there. Okay, so she has Diabolos. Okay, so who's next that is going to leave soon, but would like to Skype? I'll give you priority. So, yeah, let me know. Like, I know Gigas999 wants to do it. You want to do a double? So, I don't plan on Skyping next stream, because next stream will be an experience grinding. And I need to focus on that a little bit more. Okay, so who's next? You guys are too nice. Somebody say I want to be next. That's a problem PoTrader and I have all the time. Like, we defer to each other too much. We're like, no, no, you, no, you, no, you. And then we just it gets a little aggravating. Okay, Zunar. So she has Diabolos, and she has that. I'll leave that on her for a while. She has Titan, she's finishing up Gravity, Leviathan, finishing up Flood, Berserk, and Comet. Okay, we're doing okay. Let's check out that item that I've been building up. Okay. Yeah, so his attack power went from 34 to 53 through all of our stealing. And check out all the, we got 6 Mega Elixirs and 28 Elixirs. Ooh, 28 Elixirs, you guys. Saturn Storm again? I had a lot of fun talking with you, Saturn Storm, so I hope that we can talk again sometime. Okay. Wait. Now you guys are all saying it at once. Okay, so on my chat, it says... Gigas999, do you have to leave soon? I should have just like made a line, made a queue. I'm getting a little dizzy again. I think I'm just getting dizzy from talking so much. Okay. But I've been eating these breaks. Every break I eat a little bit of food, get a little drink. Okay. Okay, so who's next? Let's see. Okay. Somebody is... Hello? Is this Cody Wilson residence?
In fact it is.
Cody Wilson, please introduce yourself to the chat.
Well, obviously, as Mato just announced, my name's Cody, but you probably know me as Belthesar.
Belthesar. Did your name come from Chrono Trigger or from, like, the Bible?
Originally from Chrono Trigger.
Okay. So let me ask the chat real quick. Can you guys hear everything? Can Can you guys hear everything okay? Is the music too loud? Not loud enough?
Are we coming in clear?
Yes. Chat lag.
I know it is. It is definitely annoying. I stream on occasion with a friend, and so I've gotten this pain. Zunar says we're cool.
Okay. We already cool. We already know we're cool. So
That's
Belthesar.
Yes,
So
sir.
Belthesar, you have a turbo battery icon. That means that you pay money every month. Yes.
I do.
Yep. So do I. That means that you don't have to. You don't see ads, right?
Well, I didn't see ads before because I run ad block, but
Yeah.
I like Twitch enough that tossing them a few bones every month isn't a big deal.
That's exactly why I did it too. Like, I use it often enough, and it's, a nice platform. I want to support it. So
Twitch probably burns about 20% of my monthly bandwidth allotment every month.
I think mine is probably 80%.
Well, I'm not streaming up, so there's a little difference, but yeah.
So, where are you, Belthesar?
I am in Iowa.
Iowa.
I'm right on the Mississippi River, so I'm on the Iowa-Illinois border.
Okay, I need to start making a map and putting like pins in every state. We should make a Poemato CX viewer map.
I think you could do that with Google Maps.
Yeah, okay, I'll look into that. That's right, you're a fellow programmer.
Low-ranking programmer.
No, I don't even consider myself a programmer. You know all this stuff more than I do, so.
Oh, well, no, I can't do the memory poking and whatnot.
that's-
You do.
That was really easy. I just Googled a bunch of documents until I could find how to do it, and then I did it.
That's nice. Yeah. Thank goodness for the internet.
Yes. Like, there's a lot of cats, a lot of porn, but there's also a lot of programming knowledge out there.
Indeed.
Yep.
So I gotta get my fan worship out of the way here.
Okay.
Mano.
So what is your
first-
favorite fan?
My favorite fan.
Yes.
I do like Dysons.
Yeah.
However, I first got familiar with you with like the EB Central stuff, and I had no idea who you were or what was even up. But I trolled Starmen.net. I never was really active on anything, but I always knew who you were. And then when the Mother 3 fan translation got announced, I was super excited. So it's been a lot of fun to get to know you and to hang out with you online.
Yeah, it's really cool to be able to interact with people like this. Like, usually I'm just like I feel like I'm a voice, just like a voice that existed on the internet. Now people actually get to hear it. So it's interesting to see how people react to my real voice.
A lot of people are like, I had no idea you'd sound like that. And
Yep.
I guess I'm weird. It's like, how did you expect I'd sound? You'd sound like a person?
Yeah.
I don't know. It just never really. It was never a big thing. How does somebody sound? I don't know.
So I'm thinking that, like, maybe since most people hadn't heard me before, like, they put voices onto me, like their own voices. Like when you read a book, you like have your own voice. When
Right.
you read it, I think that's probably the deal. So probably everybody gave me a different voice.
Yeah.
I want to hear all these different voices. That'd be really cool. So everybody in the chat, if you wouldn't mind, can I eat your brains?
I'm gonna eat your brains and gain your knowledge.
That'd be cool if that's how it worked. But instead, we just get like brain parasites and other such problems.
I know. It would be super cool. But no, I guess it doesn't work that way.
Or just like fuse your brain to other brains, because like all the networking is there. But
Oh sure.
it's gonna happen someday.
But will brains run TCP/IP?
I hope not. So, Final Fantasy VI, is this something that you've played a lot?
Final Fantasy VI was actually my first Final Fantasy game.
Oh.
So it holds a very special near and dear place to my heart. It's whenever anyone asks what's my favorite, it's probably that it was my first Syndrome, but Final Fantasy VI is definitely my favorite. The story was so engrossing.
Yeah.
The art was amazing. I mean, it was right at the pinnacle of graphics technology on the Super Nintendo.
Even the music was just like a step above.
Yeah. Final Fantasy V got some of that benefit, and of course, in the States, I didn't get exposure to it until after the PlayStation release. That was when I first played it. But 6 definitely had a fantastic score that they finally. I think Square had just finally gotten the sound engine, the music engine, the way they needed it to for Uematsu to be able to really work it well.
So the first one that you played was Super NES?
Right. So Final Fantasy 3 US.
Yeah. Because you had mentioned the PlayStation one, so I wasn't sure.
Yeah. No, I first played it on Super Nintendo. My first experience with 5 was when I picked up Anthologies, which was 5 and 6 on PlayStation.
So what is your opinion of 5 on the PlayStation? I hear it has a really bad translation, but I've never checked it out myself.
When we were talking about all of the 5 stuff that's made its way into T Edition, I don't remember a whole lot of it, apparently.
So it wasn't that memorable?
Apparently not. Either that or it just was a situation that I haven't played it nearly as many times as I've played 6 over the years.
Yeah. So what is your opinion of 4? And depending on how you answer, you may lose tomato points. No, I'm kidding.
I do like 4. 4 is it was still a very fun game. But I think it suffers from the syndrome of anyone playing a game that has a different graphical and experience feel technologically. So when I play 4, there's always that overarching barrier of they're not using 16 by 32 pixel sprites. And
so it's like you went backwards, and it's like it just feels old.
It does. It was still a very fun game, and the story was neat. Probably my biggest gripe about the entire thing, though, is I liked Dark Cecil as mechanical character better than I liked Paladin Cecil.
He looked cooler too, I think.
Yes. It's like I remember finally beating my shadow self, and then the first battle that I do, and it's like, oh, he died.
So
what am I supposed to do with him now?
So it sounds like you're a Cecil guy.
Yeah. In fact, a personal friend who was kind of like you and really loved and played Final Fantasy 4, and enjoyed it so much. She actually referred to herself as Cecil, and that's really where the pronunciation, where I gleaned that pronunciation from.
That's okay. That makes us Cecil buddies. Like, I still pronounce it that way. You know how, like, everybody is stubborn in some way. I'm stubborn in that way.
Right. Definitely.
So how do you pronounce her name?
Her? Who is her?
Celeste?
I always said Celeste.
Celeste?
As in kind of like celestial?
I'm not sure.
I'm not sure why. It was just the most natural sounding pronunciation to me.
Darn English. So, you played 6. Oh, so did you play 4 after 5?
I played 4 before 5.
Okay, so
after 6.
I understand. So it's because we had it here.
Right.
Okay.
It really was about when I didn't play 4 and beat it. I rented it, but I didn't play 4 and beat it until I started getting into emulation.
So since 6 is your favorite, are you like NK in that you have all the versions?
No, I never collected like 1.0, 1.1, and 1.2. But in fact, I can't tell you the differences between them. Don't hurt me, NK. But I never really messed around with the different versions there. In fact, I don't even know which version I had on the SNES.
Yeah, so I think the people in the chat, they might be confused. There's actually different revisions for the Super NES version.
Yeah, there were three different images of it that were released at various times. There is a 1.0 version, a 1.1, and a 1.2, and they each have different bugs.
So let's see. So have you been playing this patch at all?
A little bit. I have no capability of reading any Japanese character set, so it's really hard for me to do anything. I mean, I can. It's like, okay, well, I'll just optimum my equipment.
Yeah.
Like, what relics are these?
Yeah.
And I can do, and what items are these?
Yep.
I can do fight commands because I know those from playing
Yep.
the game, so super easy.
So I kind of miss that feeling, like playing a game and not knowing what is going on. There's something fun in that exploration. So I kind of want to play like Russian games, stuff like that, just where I don't know what it is. I kind of envy you that you can play all these Japanese games and not know what's happening.
I would much prefer at least being able to read them, though.
Yeah, you'll get more entertainment out of it that way. That's for sure.
Even now, I mean, we're not that far apart in age, and with what time commitments I do have now, I mean, usually when I'm watching you, I'm working.
Yeah.
I work a lot of weird hours, kind of like you, except mine's just as a result of just working.
Yeah.
But it's like I could play a game and discover all of the nuance in the game, or if I want to just enjoy the game and have a good time and feel like I got a decent sense of completion, I'll go over to GameFAQs and pull a FAQ and make sure I'm not missing anything.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of weird that as much as I would love to embrace that mystery, it's almost like I don't have the time to sink into that.
Yeah, to explore and trial and error your way.
Right.
Yeah, there's like when I was in my 20s, I was like, man, I have so little time, because like I graduate from college, and you don't have as much time. But now that I'm in my 30s and married, it's like even less time. So let there be a warning to you, younger folk: use your time.
Use your time wisely, because when you get to be as old as Mato,
You talk about being old all the time.
talk about being old, and you're worried about these bunions you got on your foot.
All right, so I have to say that I'm going to require your voice in future videos.
Happy to oblige. Silly voices and doing voiceovers is actually one of my bazillion of hobbies.
Oh, that's cool.
That I do. It's fun.
So do you have tips on creating new voices? Because I have like my normal voice and like, hello everybody, it's Mickey. That's my only two voices.
One of the things that and this is just a benefit to me, but I don't have an amazing singing voice, but I have a decent singing voice, and I have a good ear for pitch and for sound.
You got the good.
So when I hear something, I can usually emulate it. So when like you said, when you were talking about reading something, and you're like, how does that person sound? Well, when I hear what that person sounds like, usually I can emulate it, and I can make that happen.
You got a talent then.
Yeah, it's fun. It's a lot of fun.
So can I eat your brain?
Maybe. When I'm done using it, sure.
Ew, it'll be old and full of bunions.
Old bunion brain. That's what they used to call me, old bunion brain. So, Mato.
Yes. That's my name.
What first grabbed you about Earthbound? What obviously it's one of the things you're well known from in the community. What grabbed you about it? What was the thing
about Earthbound? Like, so Final Fantasy 2 had come out, and I had really just like I was so obsessed with Final Fantasy 2, 4.
Right.
And there was nothing like it, and there were like I would try to find RPGs, but then there'd be like the first person Western made dungeon RPGs. So there was like a really cool RPG that Nintendo Power was talking about, and it was like you're a kid, which was really interesting. Like going from like knights and chocobos to being a kid, and you can order pizza, and just just all that stuff. I think anybody can say the stuff that I'm saying, but then I think like the pictures that came with it, like in the preview, like those clay model pictures, it just had so much life to it. So I took to that, and then Nintendo Power had like a 10-page preview, and it included like all kinds of art, information about Shigesato Itoi, and just way more like life in the game than your standard RPG. Like I don't know if you remember, I don't know if people in the chat remember, but Final Fantasy 2 or 4, its coverage in Nintendo Power was really strange. It had like a cover, it was one of those cover issues where he was like on a gigantic black bird, it didn't look like Final Fantasy at all. And then if you look at the actual coverage, it looks nothing like Final Fantasy. So I was never really interested in it from that. But
Right.
But immediately, like the Earthbound coverage just had so much life in it. It had like pizzas and hippies and traveling bands and kids and dogs, and birds will steal your stuff and you have to call mom and all that stuff. But so Nintendo Power really got me into that, but Nintendo Power's ads, the advertisements itself, did not catch me. With the smelly ads, this game stinks. That did not work. So anyway, so that's what got me into it.
I remember I was a Nintendo Power subscriber too, and I remember seeing that stuff. And the first few times I played it, I had rented it, and it was so much fun. Oh my goodness! And you're right, it was just so different. I never could get into the Western, first person, map the dungeon RPGs.
Yeah.
They were just the pacing was so slow, and it was so awkward. You just it was like you would move a square and then magically there would be a monster in front of you, and it's like I got with random battles, at least you had some sort of warning before the battle started. You would get that sound effect and that graphics distortion. But definitely with Earthbound and then following it with Chrono Trigger, the fact that you could see and avoid enemies on the field, both of those made them games that I really just grabbed onto.
Yeah, I forgot to mention that you could actually see the enemies, and that was a huge selling point for me.
And the first time that I got an out of battle you won, an auto win.
Oh yeah.
I was like, oh my goodness. I'm never going to fight anything that's hard again. I'm just going to go around and fight spiteful crows and dogs and just kill everything. And it'll be great. I'm going to level this way. And then when my inventory filled up with cookies for the third time, I decided I'd go into town.
So yeah, that reminds me, I think on Starman.net, somebody was doing a level 99 challenge just on those initial enemies. And I don't know if they ever gave up. Does anybody know if they ever finished that?
Oh my goodness, that sounds like pain. Even if you were fast forwarding it on an emulator, that sounds like pain.
Like I'm leveling up and grinding here, and that sounds so much more painful.
Oh my goodness. I mean, that almost sounds like desert bus quality.
Yeah, it does, yeah. We should do a stream of that for charity someday.
Grinding on Earth.
What could we call that?
God.
Earth grind?
I worry about the word grind.
Yes.
I mean, yeah. Oh, are you filling up on the vodka? You can share?
Sadly, I can't transport vodka through speakers.
Oh.
Unless Skype has a new thing.
Well, there is this beta feature, but I've heard it causes unusually high amounts of radioactivity. And the mutation typically turns you into mice, but you're really smart. So if you ever want to build a supercomputer that ends up being a planet, it's great.
I wish I could fit all that in that quote down there. somebody paraphrase that, and I'll stick something down there.
Oh, Saturn Storm came up with the marathon.
Tedium bound, yes.
Oh my goodness, I'm down. I'm in.
Okay, so if I ever like down in my luck and I have no job, I will turn to Earthbound, and people for every level I go up, you can donate $1 and I'll get $99.
Perfect. Perfect.
That's worse than like minimum wage job there.
But you'd be able to afford mock pizza.
Yep. Although the bandwidth bill would be pretty high.
Yeah.
I wonder how long that would take. We could probably calculate that out.
I'm sure. I mean, assuming you could get X number of enemy spawns in a minute.
Yeah, we could do statistics. We can get some statisticians in here.
I'll fire up my Hadoop cluster. We'll calculate that. Oh yeah, I'm a data engineer by trade.
Oh, cool.
So I deal with the whole big data scene. So that's a lot of.
I've always been meaning to get into like data analysis.
Well, I'm just getting into it, actually. I started doing this for the first of the year without any prior experience or expertise in the field. I'm just picking it up as I go. It's been a very wild ride. But compared to what I was doing before, and with just being a systems and network administrator and not getting paid well enough for it because I live in Iowa.
Oh yeah.
It was a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun, and I enjoy the new challenge, and it pays a heck of a lot better.
We'll have to keep that in mind.
Yeah, if you ever get down on your luck and can't get any translation jobs, maybe just pick up the computer science stuff again, man.
Yeah, I've been thinking about it, but I wonder like how it works. I have like so many credits of computer science, but do you think like after a while those like reset? Does anybody know how that works with schools?
I wouldn't know. I graduated magna cum laude from HKU.
I have no idea what that is.
Hard Knocks.
Oh, okay.
Hard Knocks
I see.
Hard Knocks University. Yeah, I've never had a drop of college.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay, you get 10 tomato points for not colleging it up.
Well, thank you, sir.
So I really have respect for self-taught people.
You can, it's in my blood to just learn.
Yeah.
I have that fortune to be good at learning just in general, but I also I had my grandpa who would he was super big into technology. Like he built his Apple IIe that was the first thing I ever played a game on.
He built it from scratch?
From parts.
Oh, wow.
He used, I believe it was an Altair to burn the EEPROM.
Oh, man.
One byte at a time.
Wow.
Like, he was adding each register one byte at a
Oh,
time
man.
to the computer with dip switches.
Oh, man. That's the old school paper card stuff, too.
Oh yeah, he used to have punch cards too. In fact, when his work stopped using punch cards, because they bought stacks and stacks of them, he'd just use them as note cards.
Cool.
So I had punch cards around me at a very young age.
So do you think that's what led you to your current career?
Yeah, I definitely think that early exposure at a very young age helped point me in the right direction.
Sounds a lot like me and my being in Hawaii around Asian culture.
Oh sure. Oh, I didn't know you lived in Hawaii.
Yeah, when I was really little, I can barely remember it.
That's cool.
Yep. So actually, I mentioned all of that earlier today. So, yep. So if anybody in the chat who missed all of my earlier discussion about my life, you can hear all that on the archives in the future.
You can hear the archives from the past in the future. It's time travel.
Time travel is so confusing. So for people who want to play through this hack and don't want to wait for a translation and or wait for me to play certain parts, Aradon in the chat has been working on like some bestiaries and such. So if you follow the link in the chat right there, you can learn some things. So okay, so they're going to stream a Mighty Number 9 panel from PAX in a minute. So if you guys wish to jump out, I will not, I will not be offended. But if you stay, I will give you 9 tomato points. Everybody who stays.
Mighty Number 9 looks super cool.
Yep. Can't wait for that to come out. Actually, because my wife, Post Trader, she works at Fangamer, we have a bunch. We have a bunch of those Mighty Number 9 shirts, but they are ones that were misprinted. So we have misprinted Mighty Number 9 shirts. And I think they're they're pretty low numbers too. I think so. We're either gonna like just wear them someday, or maybe we'll hang on to them and, you know, sell them and buy a new house or something.
There you go. There you go. Mighty Number 9 financed house. I think that's a great idea.
That'd be a good Kotaku article.
And then yeah, but you have to build it like to make it look like a Mega Man house.
Oh, okay. And then be like, hey, Capcom, this could have been your house.
This could have been, but you decided to be silly.
So what do you think's going to happen with Mega Man? Do you think Capcom's going to do anything with it? Besides Smash Brothers.
To be honest, I don't think they can. I think that the only things that have come out that are new, legitimately new Mega Man stuff, are fan-built things that they have adopted. Like Street Fighter Cross Mega Man was
was that a fan thing?
That was a fan thing, and basically the guy came up to a Capcom booth at some convention. And he's like, "Hey, by the way, I made this. You want to see it?" And they're like, "Oh my goodness, this is really, really cool. Let's license this." And you know, props for them for doing something with a fan's work instead of doing like the Square thing and just shutting it down.
Yeah.
But I honestly, without Inafune, I really don't think that they can do anything. And basically, I feel like they realized they shot themselves in the foot, and now they can't do anything with the franchise, and it's gonna die.
What would be really cool is if they sold it to, you know, Mighty Number 9 guys, so they then they can do crossovers of that.
That would be super, super neat.
So we're at 70 more fights to go.
Super cool.
So I wonder, like, people in the chat or Belthesar, do you guys have like any special tips for speeding up the cursed shield thing? Is there like special ways to do it? Is this the best way to do it?
I'll be real honest, Mato.
Do you never do it?
Oh, I did it, but at that point, the only time I ever really did it was on an emulator.
Oh, I see.
And I just went to a place where I could battle, and I just sped it up. It's painful. The only other thing that I could think of is if there's an enemy that was still super easy that you could defeat in one hit, but there was only one on the field.
Yeah. Only tip is turbo mode. Yep. You guys are all cheaters.
Did you ever have an ASCII pad?
Yeah, actually I have one, and I was using it. I bought one back with my Christmas money in like 1994, 1993. And then my cat chewed on it, but I used it for like the rest of my Super NES career. And then I found it when I was starting the stream. So the first day that I got my adapter for the PC, I was using that pad and it wasn't working. So apparently those cat marks or cat bitings affected it. But yeah, I got one.
That would be really... I loved that thing. I'm sorry that yours is dead.
Yeah.
But that was such a cool controller.
Yeah. It looked cool, even.
I think it felt better. I think the shape of it was just a little bit better.
Yeah, I agree.
And one of the neat things about it that you don't see in aftermarket controllers is that it felt like an OEM controller.
Yeah, it totally did, yeah.
It had that same build quality, the same plastic feel between the two. It was so cool.
Can't call you cheater since I was suggesting that I might cheat. This is true. You get me, Best. You got me, Best. So, Best, you got 5 tomato points.
I'm actually really proud that you have avoided modifying memory as much as you have.
Yeah, I did it one time, I think. Well, I did it for that event thing that one time.
Well, that was just to fix event stuff so that you could continue to experience the game
Yeah.
properly for the stream. I don't think that counts. But Diabolos, that totally counted.
So yeah, like that battle was horrible, and apparently like Sushi had fixed that in a later patch. In this patch, that is fixed, that battle. So I don't know. It half counts.
Kinda counts. Okay, sure.
So you can see, I can see the number switching up there. Okay.
Yeah, for I don't know. I didn't think that the Super Nintendo shifted RAM around like that. I don't know what's going on there.
So I think what might happen is when we're on the screen, it quickly loads this one, and then this one, and maybe this one, and then it loads whatever the currently one, you know, all the data, it loads it.
Maybe just enumerates through the save.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay.
Yep. So let's see. 30 minutes has passed. Is it okay? Like, I don't want to cut you off, but I'm having a good time.
No, it's cool. It's very
okay.
cool.
So, like, I think there was a couple of people. Was it Gigas999? Do you know? Like, you were in the chat. You were down with the commoners.
Yes. Unfortunately, now I have to lower myself back to you, rabble. However, I do believe that Mr. Gigas999 and Kasumi Blue both wish they could join you.
All right. So I want them to fight.
Fight to the death?
No, well, I wouldn't be able to talk to them. Well, I could try to talk to them. It wouldn't be very
You can
interesting.
talk to one of them.
That is true, yeah. Okay. So what I'm going to do is take another quick break so I can eat and drink and all of that, and then I'll come back. And then we'll have another Skype and some more. We're almost done with the shield, so that's cool. And then, what was I going to say? Something else. Oh, my brain died. Yep. Oh yeah. So
we get the plug.
so Belthesar, do you have any final comments for the chat and comments that you would like to leave in the archives for eternity?
Let me see here. There is all of my computers follow my namesake, in which that they are named after, like my laptop and my desktop are both named after the other two gurus from Chrono Trigger. So Gaspar, Guru of Time, has a fantastic quote that I want to bring up. But in the interim, I do some music production-y stuff. And if you would like to check out my stuff, I'll post it in chat. You can head over to my SoundCloud at soundcloud.com/Belthesar.
Okay. I'll check that out. I'll check that out after tonight's stream.
Cool. Let's see. Oh, I cannot remember. You know what? I can pull it up this way. I'm sorry to pull this out, but this is just one of my favorite quotes from any game whatsoever.
That's cool.
So I figure I'll share it.
I need to make sure I don't screw up my save states. Let's see.
Yeah, save like 12 times.
Yeah. Yep, so Zunar, we're just finishing up. I'm going to, pause it really quickly, and then we'll come back with the next Skype.
Yeah, I actually put this quote. I have a MacBook Pro for my laptop, and I actually use the like security and branding feature for the login screen to put this quote in. So every time I log in, I see it.
Oh, okay.
Gaspar says, and this is right around the time, spoiler alert, if you haven't played Chrono Trigger, I'm really sorry. It's really old. You should have played it by now. So if you don't want to hear what I'm going to say, cover your ears and go la 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 la. But Gaspar says right around the time when you get the Chrono Trigger to go save Chrono, he says, just as you touch the lives of every form you meet, so too will their energy strengthen you. Fail to live up to your potential, and you will never win.
There you go, everybody. That is a quote to live by. Okay, Erdon, see you back. See you in a little bit. BB Gang Zombie? So I do want to do people in priority order, so people who have to leave very soon, let me know, and I'll try to stick you in the queue. So thank you, Cody Wilson, Mr. Belthesar. This was a lot of fun, so I hope to talk to you again.
All right, see you around.
All right. Okay, so that was Belthesar. Everybody, check out his SoundCloud if he's posted it. And okay, so let's put on a new song real quick. This time, I don't know any of these songs. So, are any of these good? Need something. Here we go. We'll go with that. Okay. So, put that down. Back in a minute. Okay. I'll be back in a minute, you guys.